Hello, everyone. Super casual over here. But when a message comes through and I'm guided to share it, I answer, and here I am. And so, what I wanted to share is this concept of the present moment, that it's all that there is, that there is no time. I know it sounds so esoteric, but we hear those things. And when they're a concept that we just try to understand, the mind, the ego, which is the smaller self, it will never get it, which is why when we try to think about it, it's wasted energy because we'll just be a hamster on a wheel. Our higher self, our God, goddess self, our divinity, which is who we really are. We are divine creative beings. We are multidimensional beings. We are infinite beings. That aspect of who we are, that is our truth, just knows. It just is. You probably heard God is, right? A beautiful meditation is inhale, God is. Exhale, I am. And so this concept of the holy instant, our divinity already is present in the moment, in that vibration of love. But as we are having a human experience, our ego is designed for survival, and it's always picking apart, judging, separating. So what's the ego doing? Having us be a hamster on a wheel to dissect or to pick apart or judge. And all of that is separate. And then it's trying to understand time, which really is how we can measure this human existence, but it's not who we are. The body can only be in the present moment, which is why when we breathe and are present in the body, we come into this holy instant. When we come into presence, when we can love fully what's here. And we might even have fleeting moments through meditation. You always hear to breathe and come into the moment. Well, when you breathe and come into the body, you automatically come into the moment. And then when you can breathe into the body with presence and love, surrender and just soften the body, letting the light in, you're aligning with the I am presence. You're aligning with your infinite presence, that infinite intelligence. And if you're still not getting it, that's okay, because the mind's not going to get it. It has to be an experience, right? It has to be an embodiment. So I meditate on this often. Being a Course in Miracles being a Course in Miracles student, I am always sitting with different prompts. One of my favorites from ACIM is, I am not a body, I am free. I am as God created me. I am not the doer. God is living itself through me. I am an idea in God's mind. I am an actor in God's play. I'm a character in God's dream. There's an avatar named Tina, but that's not my identity. Tina is just, I guess you could say, the expression that is living through this incarnation. But if I get too caught up in this identity of Tina and the mind and time, which I have in the past, I can just really suffer and go down a rabbit hole of separation. And that's what the ego wants. The smaller self will just keep constantly being in the problem and ruminating on all of the external and start to point the finger and judge everything that's going on outside. And it's seductive because that's what the ego does, to really reel us in, which is why every meditative practice and any tradition is softening, breathing, breathing deeply into the body, to slow down the breath. And it's only when we slow down the breath that we slow down the mind. But we're not going to just completely have a quiet mind. That's just kind of like a misunderstanding of the principles. You might have moments of it, but when you can drop into the body and breathe with presence and watch the mind, observe the mind, then you are in the driver's seat as divinity. As you're observing the contents of the mind, you don't have to get hooked. You don't have to point fingers. You can just notice and let it go. You can just see that whatever you're seeing in the external is a reflection of what you are holding inside. And so when we can take responsibility for this, we don't get so reactive to the outside, because we know if I'm reacting to the outside, it's only because of an energy in my body. So what do? I use this external as the movie screen, but I am the projector. And God's light is shining through me, projecting onto the screen. Now, if God's light, divinity, the infinite that we just talked about, that's everywhere present, that creator, is shining through me, and I'm holding distortions, unforgiveness, anger, that abuse, that old story, then when it comes through me and it projects onto the screen, it's going to be showing me that. And that's when it doesn't feel good. And that's when we have a trigger. And that's when we react and perpetuate the cycle by thinking that it's someone else's fault. But when we can learn to stay inward, we still feel it. We still may have to process what's happening. It's not necessarily a shift right away, but when we can just say, Holy Sweet Spirit, thank you for showing me what's here. Thank you for showing me who is here, who is suffering, who is reacting, so that I may love her, so that I may love him, so that I may give myself the focus and the attention, so that I may say, thank you for helping me bring forgiveness. Let forgiveness set me free. Let forgiveness set us all free. And when we take responsibility for our part, what's ours, whatever we're holding, and that's only whatever isn't love. Any old story, no one's going to change that for you. And this is where it gets even deeper. The holy instant, that's what we're talking about, right? There is no past, there is no future. If there is only this present moment, if there is only this holy instant, then only you or me are bringing the past into this moment, are bringing the future into this moment and holding it. And so I wrote here because I reflected on this. And in my early morning, as I was coming out of a dream, this is what came to me, all in alignment with what I'm sharing. There is no past and no future, because I felt it as I was waking up. I felt that oneness, and I've been having more and more of these ahas, which is a practice. Again, this is not something that you're going to understand. It is something that you can understand if you practice it, presence it, and embody it. There is no past and no future. There is just this holy instant. So right there, this is proof that the stories, the beliefs, the thoughts that we hold on to aren't real. They're only real because we are holding on to them and giving them life and giving them energy. I can't see my handwriting. 1 second. We think of them, meaning the story, the thought, the belief. We focus on it, and then we create it. We're powerful creators. We can create it as if we're not powerful. We can create it as if we're in lack. We can create it as if we are less than, not enough, if that's where our focus is. We think of this, we focus on it, and then we create it. Therefore, when we are present, when we bring breath and presence into the now, into the body, into our abundant nature, our God nature, our divine essence of love and truth, then we create that. We create what we are focusing on. We can change our reality by changing our focus. But that means meeting ourselves on the inside and loving and accepting and forgiving what comes up in us. There is no other. So I ask you, where is your focus? Where is your attention? This is an energy and an essence and a frequency and a vibration that is not from the mind. And we are living in a world where it is all mind, all limitation, all separated selves and fragments and trauma. It's so obvious. Turn on the news. I don't. But if I do, and I feel myself being triggered, I say, yes. Because that means that the screen that I am looking at, that I am thinking is real, is just God showing me the places within myself where I need to bring love, where I need to remember who I am in this holy instant and know that I cannot do it from my ego. I cannot do it from my small and separated self. And that's why my prayer is always, Holy Spirit, thank you for correcting the errors in my thinking when I am living in separation, which is the only problem, as A Course in Miracles says, the only problem that there ever is the belief in a separated self. So thank you, Holy Spirit, for correcting the errors in my thinking. Thank you for showing me what's here. Thank you for showing me what it is I need to see and feel. And I ask that forgiveness set me and everyone free. And with deep thanks and gratitude, I want to thank Mark Anthony Lord and Aaron Abke, my 2 Course in Miracles teachers. For without them, I don't know if I would have the insights that I have of the Course, because I studied it for 15 years when I lived in LA. But now that I am daily with the two of them for the last 2 years, this medicine of the Holy Spirit and beingness within me is really rising to help me see from oneness and wholeness and love the ego. For without the ego and all it teaches me, I couldn't be where I am now. So this isn't to get rid of the ego or denounce the ego. In the human body, this is what we work with. But what is your choice? Where is your focus? Can you come into the holy instant and breathe into the now and presence what's here, and know that you are what you are seeking? You are the medicine. You probably heard me say that a million times. I am the medicine. You are the medicine. There is only one of us here. And everyone in your life is a soul playing a role for your expansion. They're all an aspect of you. And I know it's difficult, and I know it can be challenging. But this is why an embodiment practice, a somatic practice, a breath practice is so important. Because it is in the moments of being still with breath and softness and that beautiful silence. That's God speaking. That's the Holy Spirit expressing. And if you're not slowing down enough to breathe and presence and pray and be in the stillness, you can't hear, you can't create, you can't fully thrive. It's so worth it. You're so worth it. If you want any help, I've got my beautiful new community, Breathe, Pray, Love. This is what we're doing every day. I have a 28-day soul reset that's happening right now. We just started yesterday. You can come in at any time. There's a whole free aspect and a very small investment part as well. Reach out if you want any details. Otherwise, thank you for this holy instant. I'm so glad that I listened to the call, even in sweats and messy hair, because this isn't who I am. I love this identity. Tina, Cancer has helped me love her in ways that I never did because Cancer slowed me down and got me in my body and in my heart. But now I can look into my eyes and see the I am and embrace my soul and expand into oneness and then hold that space for all of you. Deep gratitude. Have a beautiful day.